Good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Subash Lekshmi, currently working in NDT Data US. With over 22 years of experience in quality engineering, especially specialized in testing architecture, health plan systems, and enterprise integration. Throughout my career, I have played a pivotal role in ensuring seamless implementation of enterprise application, accelerating healthcare system transformations, and enhancing compliance through advanced test automation strategy. I am here to talk about how ability can transform quality assurance in health insurance platforms. With over 2 decades in IT and quality engineering, I have firsthand how traditional QA falls short in today's fast moving, highly regulated healthcare environments. That's why this talks about evolving from testing to observing and how that shift unlocks massive value. It can be for providers, it is for members, and any payers actually in a health insurance platform. The industry is in such a way that where trust, compliance, and experience are not negotiable. We need monitoring strategies that are not just reactive but proactive, insightful, and actionable. Okay. Now, why observability matters? Let's start with why. The healthcare sector today loses an average of 43% in revenue during system outages. The difference between having and not having observability tools. The mean time to resolve is 68 minutes without observability, but with observability, it is just 12 minutes. And then there is uptime expectation, availability of the systems, which is 99.99%. This is not just a target, it is a necessity for member experience, trust, and the regulatory compliance. In other words, observability is not a luxury, it's a survival tool. Okay. Let's think of an example. In a health insurance, a parent is trying to update their insurance coverage for their child surgery. They log into the member portal and portal crashes and doesn't provide that information what they need. It was down. It's a failed promise. What is an experience of a member? Emotionally, the person is trying to is going through the surgery, whereas from an IT support standpoint, as a payer, we are not able to provide that service what they need. It's a failed promise. So that is how security is how we prevent these moments and make it more user experience, member experience, provide a smooth transition journey. That is how it's about here actually. Okay. Now, what is the observability trinity? Okay. It is not just about logging, metrics, logs, and traces actually. Okay. How this is categorized into. Let's take about the metrics. What are the quantifiable insights? Think about dashboards. Think about claim processing times by complexity, prior authorization approval rates, member portal latency during open enrollment or a peak enrollment period actually. And then logs. It tells the story behind system events, which is vital for audits, compliance, and debugging. A member access their data where the log shows what PHA data or PAA data has been accessed. It also narrates the detailed error logs when a provider lookup fails, what it failed, HIPAA compliance, okay, anything on audit trails, which will show it. And log offers context as well as the compliance coverage. and then traces. It connects the dots, showing that end-to-end journey. What does it mean? It is claims will go through multiple systems and an API architecture where 20 plus microservices which will go through it, checking that eligibility, checking that provider validity, and then what is the pricing configuration, what benefits has been applied, does they need any auth, what is the status of the claim. It's a end-to-end journey which it goes through various services, and then each step it monitors and trace to track the processing details of it. Okay, so in fact, traces are vital in distributed architecture, especially with APIs, third-party systems, and legacy bridges. Okay. Together, they empower teams to monitor, diagnose, and optimize complex workflow. Now, coming about regulatory benefits. Okay. Observability is not a compliance enabler anymore. It is a regulatory, which is a mandatory requirement actually. Especially think about HIPAA audit readiness, tracking who access PHI and when, being able to trace every step of a claim's journey, or even automatically preserving logs as evidence during regulatory investigations. It's not about fixing things fast, but also providing you are doing the right things. QA teams often overlook this. Observability isn't just technical, it's a legal armor. Okay. Where then coming on to other, what are the metrics which they measure it, right? HIPAA audit readiness, claims processing verifications, SLA documentations, evidence preservations. All those are being part of the compliance benefit which is being monitored. Now let's think about some of the metrics in the real claims processing. Auto adjudication rate. Obviously, system need to handle the amount of claims what we received and what is the adjudication success rate. First pass resolution percentage, average processing duration, error rates by claim type. It's all about the claims data, processing data, which needs to be measured from a metric standpoint. Member experience, portal availability. I was sharing an example of member portal available for a surgery. It is important. Authentication success rate. If you are searching for a provider, what accuracy it's a right provider being shown and right services being offered, and then session duration metrics. Okay, average session, how long it takes to the member is there in the portal which they can use it. And then system performance last, which is a database query, API response time, infrastructure resource utilization, and batch processing completion rates. This is where domain-specific observability makes a difference. You can't improve what you can't measure. And these KPIs directly link to cost, compliance, and customer satisfaction. Now, the question comes up, how do you implement it? Here is how to make it happen. Assess your gaps and critical systems. Instrument them, setting up metrics, logs, and traces. Centralize everything into a single platform. Use unified observability platforms to correlate events. Visualize it. Create dashboards tailored by roles, compliance, operations, it is. And automate. AI-driven anomaly detection and predictive alerts to RCA root cause analysis, automated remediation. We can do it from an automation standpoint. This roadmap shifts QA from a reactive cost center to a proactive reliability enabler. Okay. Now, let's talk about how observability is heading actually. The industry-wide, there are tools such as Datadog, Dynatrace, Splunk, multiple tools available in the market which provides all specialized capabilities for monitoring regulated healthcare systems. Okay. Now, From a AA standpoint, okay, how this observability is heading it is, one is anomaly detection. That means identify the fraud or slowdowns in claim workflows before users notice. Predictive alerts. You are forecasting system stress before it crashes. Member access, provider access, or anything. Then root cause analysis. Cut down days of debugging into minutes. Self-healing. Automatically restart services or reroute requests so that member or a provider or any processing provides a smooth experience. AI doesn't replace teams. It empowers them to move from firefighting to foresight. Okay. Let me take a case study of Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield. The challenge what they face it is they were frequently facing portal outages, which causes delays averaging 12-day claim processing delays 12 days and outages affecting 15 million users. They implemented distributed tracing across 200 plus services and built real-time dashboards with claims pipelines. What is the result? Mean time to resolution dropped from 45 to 5 minutes and claim processing time down by 62%. So it's a lessons. Start with high impact business areas and see how cross functional teams improve their observability adoptions. Okay. Now challenges, right? This is the main. We know what is the problem. We know what is the solution. What challenges we have to address it? One is security concerns, balancing observability with PHI. PHI must be protected even while observing it. Cost management, storing logs and traces adds up. And you need policies till how long you should keep it to monitor and do that analysis. Then legacy system. You need to have a minimal disruptions, and many of those legacy systems may not be built for observed teams. Do they have skills? We need to provide training, QA, ops teams, all those criticalities to be built out. So pace yourself, build incrementally, use pilot services to prove value. Okay. So what is the next step from a point of view standpoint, right? Here is what I recommend. Process. Start with one services like a claims or eligibility or a member portal. Do a pilot of it, instrument it, track metrics, add logs, map traces, and then try to scale based on pilots learning. Roll out ability across the platform. And then try to optimize with create dashboards, apply AI, align with compliance, or you can adjust based on it. And don't forget QA, ops, security, and product must partner in this journey. Let observability become our invisible advantage. So to conclude it, observability isn't just a tool set, it's a mindset shift. It redefines Q. It's how we shift from defect detection to experience protection, from compliance first to audit confidence, from reactive to predicting. Okay. If you would like to explore further or need guidance, feel free to. I have provided my email. Feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help. Thank you. Thanks.